What's an actual cause of death so extremely rare that it's hard to believe is possible? I used to work with a man who had an elderly relative come to the hospital with symptoms suggesting a stroke, and he died later that evening. I don't remember all the details, but everyone thought the family might be sitting on a big fat lawsuit until the labs all came back. The relative had a type of leukemia that is diagnosed about 10 times a year in the US, and they've never come up with a chemotherapy protocol for it because nobody has ever lived long enough for them to do so. SCD, sudden cardiac death. My best friend was literally laughing across the kitchen divided by an table from me, and the next few seconds she dropped dead. Her heart stopped due to SCD. Keep her body flowing with blood and oxygen with strenuous CPR. They said she literally was a miracle, and I was an angel personally. It's something that makes me both fear time and value it considerably. But they said she was deceased before she hit the floor, laughing to death, or could not stop laughing for a continuous 25-minute period, almost the entire length of the TV show, called Kung Fu Capers, and suffered a fatal heart attack as a result of the strain placed on his heart. Alex's widow later sent the goodies, who were starring in that show, a letter thanking them for making his final moments so pleasant. Innocent people have gone to jail for murder because the real explanation for why someone died was so rare and infrequent that courts didn't believe those explanations as plausible. To cases off the top of my head, Lindy Chamberlain, a dingo, actually did eat her baby, and Kathleen Folbig had 4 children die from a rare genetic mutation. Me, then later that evening, jumped off the roof. As he was falling past his parents' room, the father discharged the shotgun out the window while threatening the mother, killing the son as he fell past, being hit in the sternum at just the right moment to interfere with the heart's beating. It can't be predicted or avoided with any consistency, and leaves no clinical evidence if it happens and someone with CPR skills isn't around. The person just dies without a mark on them. Kendrick Johnson, who died because he got stuck upside down in a rolled-up gym mat. His family insist it was a murder. It was so stupid. Actor who died when his Jeep hit him after he thought he set the parking brake. Poor Anton Prynes, literally a misfolding of a brain protein that makes your entire system go haywire and you die within a year. Also known as CJD. It's a 1 in a million disease, XOOB. I know someone who died from it, sadly. Every year a small handful of people still have polio on their death certificates. Post-polio syndrome can develop decades after a person is first exposed to polio, and it's occasionally severe enough to kill someone. That one guy who died after getting stuck face first in an extremely claustrophobic cave, they could get to him, but couldn't get him out. Just left his body in the cave and cemented the thing shut. Nutty Putty Cave. Double heartbeat deaths can cause many different types of deaths, but unless you have been formally diagnosed beforehand with an EKG to see the echo heartbeat, you'd be unable to ever prove it's the cause. Drowning in the desert. Guy got caught in a box canyon during a flash flood. The water was quickly reabsorbed into the dry desert soil and left a drowned man in the middle of the desert. Guy's beard was so long that when he tried to flee a house fire, he tripped over it and broke his neck falling down the stairs. Dude was a mayor too. Hunt something other. 3 people have died in space, so out of the 117 billion people that has ever lived, I would say that's pretty rare, but at the same time it's hard to believe it's not more. I heard that recently a sinkhole formed under some man's bedroom, took him with it. It was so deep that they couldn't find him. Definitely a unique death situation. Oxygen poisoning is a thing. Getting too much O2 into your cells can kill you. Good news is that you can't get toxic levels of oxygen by just breathing too hard. Spontaneous combustion. Shitty way to go. Edit 99 chance those people really died from something else. But hey, who TF knows? Rapid dehydration and lose all electrolytes, which cause heart and brain failure from squirting too much at the 24-hour sex party. Greek philosopher Aeschylus was killed when an eagle dropped a turtle on his head, mistaking his bald pate for a rock. Fatal familial insomnia. You can't sleep, and you don't sleep until you die, and it runs in the family. Heartbreak, causing one to let go of all to live, A famous princess named Pod died because of it. Being smothered by a vagina. Since when has that ever happened in the history of anything ever? I believe there is only a handful of recorded deaths ever from being hit by a meteorite. Being hit in the head with a turtle because an eagle mistook your baldness for a rock. There was that guy who got crushed by a giant boulder while he was fucking a chicken. Internal still attached but spinal cord severed below brain stem. Molar sepsis. A man died where I live from an infected molar. Kinda crazy, right? Rabies. Heard that there's about 1 or 2 deaths in the US from rabies each year. Water intoxication. You can die from drinking too much water too quickly. Obituary cause of death. I can't believe an album could be this good. Give up hiatus, when people just quit or give up and die. Beaver bites. I always think about that guy in Belarus.